Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever. We're just outside Warren, perhaps unsurprisingly, given that that's where we've been for quite a while now. And we're watching at the various comings and goings of our freight fraternity, who have been, doing sterling work gradually building up speed in terms of the amount of stuff that is waiting for them to be delivered. And I mean, the critical part of this network is the main delivery train, which is coming in now, getting up to the point where it needs expanding, it needs additional wagons adding, because that will mean that service in itself becomes very profitable quite quickly. And we're getting there for reasons that I will demonstrate ably in just a moment. But I thought I'd just let you appreciate this to start off with. This is quite nice, isn't it? What are you carrying? 80, just under 90 in there. So 1.3 million, nowhere near enough to cover the running costs of the train, but we're getting there, and the number coming in is going up. If we head over to the farm itself, you will see that it has just had its production limit upped to 400, and it will gradually trickle up to that amount, which will mean that the two services we're running on there right now start making more cash in a hurry. So far so good. But today I need to sort out another couple of bits, and hopefully we'll have enough cash to get the Flint goods Fandango up and running, because a Fandango is another name for a train. Before we get to that, however, what I want to do is I want to sort out my passenger route. Now, I don't need to do anything particularly route-wise. Watch this chap coming in at the other end. I've upped the tempo to moderate, just so that things move at a slightly more moderate pace. I didn't think that through. I've upped the tempo just a little bit so that we're not hanging around quite so long for cash to come in. And obviously, look, in making 300k is not going to get anywhere near what we need in terms of profit. But, it is what it is. We're just going to have to be a bit patient while we wait for all this to build up. But as far as my passenger lines are going, they're all making reasonably good cash. If we call up the cashometer here, there we go, let's have a look. Who isn't earning? Oh, well, you see, you talk about passenger lines earning, and then Jacksonville Phoenix is your biggest loss causer in the network so far. Then my three food goods trains. Not worried about the oil bulk, because when that lands and pays off, it pays off big. San Bernardino to Santa Rosa, that would be fine if the train wasn't 81 years old. And we'll expand out that way at some point, at which point I will update it. It will be a total rust bucket of a train by that point, but so be it. So yeah, I mean, it's a mixture of old services. This airport shuttle is 84 years old. How is that even possible? We'll mix that up at some point. But if we look at the profitable stuff, West Coast Main Line, yeah, which is jockeying for position with the Central Line, both of which are making me nice cash. And then Boston to Pembroke thingamajig, and Boston to Phoenix. These are all nice, happy-go-lucky, unassuming, easygoing, cheerful chappy kind of services, and they're all doing quite nicely. So I want to make sure that when we start upgrading these, or updating them, I should say, that we're updating to something that resembles this. That was more unerringly on cue than it had any right to be. Now, the reason that we're going to be using something like this, and I probably won't use these double-decker coaches everywhere because they are a little bit odd. I mean, don't get me wrong, they serve their purpose and they're perfectly practical and they're perfectly modern, but I don't like the look of them. There you go. That's all there is to it. There's masterful use of signals there. Maybe this is more appropriate, but anyway, what it needs to be is we need to do need to get these set up so that the train that we've got on there is suitable for the future. So this is going to cost me 18.3, and what have we got there? We've got the original 3-pack and then another 2 in there, I think. I think we can add another one on the back of that. So this is Boston to Pembroke thing. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove all of that. Let's go again. There's the speed dance look. It's looking at us going, you know what you want. Boston. I feel that the red of Boston, so that's a 4. Red for Boston will do nicely. And then we'll go 5, 6. When we get past the autosave, 6. That's 156 length. That will probably do it. Any more than that, and I run the risk of overdoing my my passenger stations, because at the moment, you know, demand out the wazoo. But if I start over picking up, then we're going to erode that demand quite heavily. Well, we're not going to erode it, but we're going to end up with trains that are not full. Pay everything back there. Yeah, trains that aren't full going places, and that will lead to a shortfall in the old income. What are you running? You're Boston Pembroke. Hello, why are you waiting? No, let's put a... So you waited right there for the goods train to pass, which is not ideal. See, another signal here, and you'd be able to wait a little closer. And hopefully something will land momentarily that will give me the cash to do that. Anything at all. I don't want to hang around here staring at, you know, electrification and at a prospective 3,000 quid investment in a signal for longer than I absolutely have to. There it is. Look, 2.5 million, just like that. Splendid. Good. Pay some more back. And obviously, you know, I'm following my traditional route here. I'm paying stuff back, and I'll borrow it again later. But we're heading up here because I want to find the central line, which you are not. And there should be a central line something around here somewhere. How grubby is this? Pretty grubby. I will also replace those 2 routes that are currently shuttling between the airport and the 2 towns. I'll replace those with a single metro liner, which will accomplish the same things. Why are you giving way to the goods train? No, 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 no. No, the goods train doesn't have priority over anything. So let's give it a signal. Oh, for crying out loud, I'm out of money again. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I like that this whole thing works, but this is an omission on my part. I should have got this plumbed in a little bit sooner. So, I mean, you know, as you can see, this is a nice busy section of the network here, and it is largely profitable as well, which is always a delight. But I need to keep it running smoothly. I need to make sure that when we get round to updating stuff, that thank you, that we hit the right thing. Right? Are you a? I've been waiting here long enough. No, I've got another one of those dirty fellas on there. You're waiting to get into a platform. Alright, now, where's a central line train? Because you're presumably waiting for another Boston. You are, look. Alright, we're just going to have to go hunt for it manually. There we go. You, come here. Also heading into Boston. Splendid! Now, I wonder if I should move that onto a separate platform. Oh no, they already are. So yeah, Boston Pembroke goes on one side, Central Line goes on the other side, so that's fine. As you can see, both in the station now. There you are. Replacement. So I think once again we'll stick with the Metro liner for this one. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to be using something a little bit more entertaining as time goes on. I like this. I like a bit of turquoise as my central line. And we'll add an extra, I don't know, some. I'll stick another 2 on that as well. That should make life interesting. Don't get me wrong, I'm nowhere near actually being able to pay for one of these. And the central line's a little underserved at the moment, but, you know, it'll get there. We have faith. Right, take that down. So the loan is almost now back to where it was. In fact, I think it's below where it was when I started messing around with goods. And we're going to go and have a look how the goods are getting on in just a mo. But I want to finish off plumbing these guys in. Right, so here's the West Coast Main Line, which is a champion earner. Running the Alco, but as we can see by having a look at it here, this one is a stranger to a mop and bucket. No one's taken a Karcher pressure washer anywhere near this one, I tell you that. I mean, that said, it did look a little bit rusty from the get-go when we first employed it, so you know, that's maybe not the worst thing ever. But come on, talk to me. How much money are you making? See, only 385 grand off that, and that was, you know, 100 odd passengers on board. Now that was the slow section of the network, but even so, I think we can do better. So let's have a look and see what we can do. Now we're going to be a little limited soon in locomotive choice because I didn't select the don't let anything retire option. So everything can retire. Let's have a look at the finances. What are you costing me? Running costs of 11 million a year. Okay. Well, if we went for this this Genesis, I mean that's pretty lightweight. I don't know if it's electric or if it's diesel. It hasn't got a pantograph sticking out the top of it though, so I would guess that this is a diesel. Alright, well we need something that is the colour of greased lightning, and that's orange. Okay, we currently carry 114 passengers. Let's make it something a little bit more excitable than that. And actually I didn't see your top speed either. What are you capable of? 160. Oh, feel the speed there, friends. Now these bombardiers can do 140. These chaps can do 200. 304 a year versus 315 a year, and 50% more passengers. There's no reason I wouldn't go with these then, is there? Right, okay, so 3366. That's just 2. Crikey, so that's 122. Yeah, let's give this all the space in the world. So that's 4. If we go 6 more, that's 188. 188, and could we add another 66 to that as well? That'd be 244. I don't think the platforms are going to be long enough. 180. No, the platforms are long enough. Right, that's an expensive train. There we go. So I can carry 250 passengers near as makes no difference. And that will be splendid. Right, let's repay some more of this loan. We're now down below 30 million. All of you doubters, cease your doubting. Right, okay, so let's go and have a look how we're getting back on in Goodsville. Ooh. And here is one of the problems I mentioned previously. So we've got a lot of food waiting here, and if it's not cleared pretty quickly, then we'll have problems in terms of the actual supply end of things slowing down to try and let this catch up. So obviously Bravo being further away is taking longer to deliver, but I have got 2 trucks on there instead of 1, so it looks like that would take, I don't know, 3 deliveries to work. Let's turn off the passenger display for a moment, just keep things looking a little bit more sedate. So yeah, I mean there's a lot waiting, and providing I get on top of that. In fact, how much have you still got on by the time you get to Boston? 22, so it's barely worth you getting all the way up here, Chief. I mean, you might as well have stayed put as much as. Look at, I mean, the scenery coming into Boston here, that's quite something. I approve. I'm going to celebrate by placing, no, I'm not going to place anything because I'm out of money. Oh no, I've got 2 million. Alright, I'm going to celebrate by placing a trackside item, which will be a small piece of noise baffling, which I can no longer afford. There we go. So you're just going to have to imagine that. Okay, let's have a look at the production out of here, and then we'll see about getting flint on the go. 388, 390, upgrade scheduled in 2 months. This is all going swimmingly. What have we got waiting here? 96 waiting for the war boss, so that actually needs to come in. In fact, it needs to come in on its next pass, because it's only got 108 capacity. Grand. Likewise, I need to look at the capacity of the bulk shipper. Now, I think getting Indianapolis to receive a few more goods. How are we doing here? 69 and 84. Okay, well, that's all right. But, you know, more would be welcome. But of course, you know, the main thing that these guys are going to be doing is fueling growth in the towns that they're heading to. Right, you get yourself stationed or depoted, or however you wish to refer to it. You're just going to have to wait, big guy. Oh, look at that, cut him up. Oh, there's got to be some rules for that kind of thing. Right, give me this. So, yeah, so I mean, for the, what, 4 years, 5 years that this train has been running, having any additional wagons would actually have been, I mean, pretty counterproductive. But, I mean, you know, I'd have been paying the costs on them, but not filling them with anything. I don't even know what colour they are. I don't, oh, we went with the sporty green, didn't we? Okay, right, well, let's go for, I mean, so that's another 36. I think we're going to fill that pretty quick, you know, so I'm going to get another couple on here as well. There we go. Right, get back to work. War boss food bulk. There you go. Repay that back down, and off we trot. There we go, so that's now got 180 capacity, which should keep it in business for a while. One would hope. And I did choose the sporty green. Okay, that's fine. Nothing worse than a train that's wagons don't match the engine. I mean, you know, hang your head in shame type stuff, that. Go on, get it moving. We haven't got all day. And that's, I mean, that's the other thing with this. An observation about this game is that the early game is critical in order to set stuff up that's going to make you a shed load of money. Otherwise, you do spend your time, rather like I'm doing here, having to hang around for a bit in order to earn the cash to make your next stunning move towards victory. There we go. We'll drain all of that. That's more like it. That should be a nice tidy sum when it drops off. It didn't fill up. No. Plenty of space. Good. Right. Now, what's going on in Indianapolis? Why are you not bending to my will? Because you've still got 31 out for delivery. Okay, well, we need another truck or two then, I reckon. Let's get another 2. Let's not get any, because I haven't got the money. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me some money. I want some money. Come on. They're relatively cheap. Relatively. Somewhat. Thank you. Set line, Indianapolis food bulk. And this will have a direct impact on the amount of goods that is delivered to the main event back there in Warren. So it is well worth getting it right. Now, I don't think my trucks are going to keep up with this. Alpha's got a shot because it's just going around the corner, and each truckload is 21. So that can do it in 2 loads. The other one can do it in 3. Oh, maybe it will be okay. Either way, this guy's got to do a lot of manoeuvring, and I think that's one of the first things I'm going to hit up when I raid the Steam Workshop. Is I'll find some goods depots that actually make sense, because this one here, the amount of manoeuvring your trucks have to do. I mean, I get that it's like simulated and small and the rest of it, but Still feels excessive, as far as I'm concerned. Come on, wiggle, 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 and make a pickup. Okay, no. All right, maybe I overreacted. I do think this will probably be empty by the time the train's back at the station. On which subject? Starting to pick up. Look, there you go. 13 for Indianapolis, 90 already for the War Boss, and the train's about to come in, and there's a ton of stuff waiting. All right, there isn't. There's quite a bit of stuff, but not a ton. Right, and it's also maximum upgraded now, so that has whatever hard limit it can do, which is, you know, it's double the amount it's doing now. Anyway, we need another one of these, and that's going to require me calling up my buddy and yours, the bank manager, and going, hello, how's about a bit of cash? Let's make it a slightly more sinister grey. There you go, one of those, and I want, how many do I need? 6 was our starting point. 2 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Now put that one on Indianapolis. No, Flint. A line that does not currently exist. Pay back the rest of that, otherwise you'll regret it. Come on, get back. Hey, keep going. There we go. Right, now I'm going to need to buy a couple of trucks on there in a moment, but we'll do that in a moment. Line first. Line. Okay, right, so we're going from Warren, obviously, up to Flint. Majestic. And then we want to deliver from, so this is going to be FLN food bulk. Right, now what have we got here? Well, let's have another quick look here. So this is going to have to deliver to blue sector, which is right there. New line from that one to this one. What does the route look like? Well, it's quite a complicated route with a bit of a hill at the end. I think 2 would do the trick, but 2 would probably be overkill. But I'm okay with overkill if it bigs up the amount of supply. Flint food delivery. There we go. Right, good. Buy some truck. Multiple truck needs acquiring. Where's my nearest truck acquisitions shop? There we go. 2 of these. Flint is obviously grey. 1, 2. 5 million in the bank. That's nice. There we go. We're only 5 million short. How much did I spend on the train? I spent 12.8 million on the train, and I've almost paid it back. Oh, that's lovely. FLN food bulk. There we go. Off we go. Good. Yes, I think that was right. There should be trucks moving. Check the depth. No, you haven't set them on. Right. Now set them on Flint food delivery. Go. Right, now, all told, that should, hopefully, that should lead to a nice bit of boost, or boost further, if you will, to the farm here. Now, I mean, I'd love to get to the point where I actually need, firstly, need a train that is, you know, gargantuan, but more than that, handsome grey number. Yeah, but more than that, you know, if I can get to the point where I need 2 trains to actually make the delivery, that would be awesome. I mean, my preference would be to have a double locomotive, 2 mile long kind of number doing its thing, but I see Flint's already building a bit of demand. This chap's going to drop off big chunk of cash, 2.5 million. Very nice. Okay, well, things are going swimmingly. That's all the news that's fit to print. So when I started this this trio of episodes, well, what we the overall plan because this is going to expand further, and yes, I will have to burn my goods in order to expand it again, but, you know, we'll cope, is that we also start rolling stone on here as well. So the stone line will come in to the first platform, which means you shouldn't be there. I needed to rethink that. So we'll stick a station here that will run in singular fashion. What have you got for me? It's the HAP8. Tremendous. I don't need you at the moment. Yeah, so we'll run another line up here on its own, one platform up to here, that will drop off stone, which will get picked up by ships. Because as much as I could easily transport that by train, I still like ships, and ships do pay off quite nicely. It's all a case of how many ships do I need. You've got 180 capacity, my friend. How much are you going to use of it? 156. That's more than respectable. Get it blowing past. Yes, trains. Right, you're coming in for your inaugural pickup. Yeah, so we'll be delivering stone into here as well, and obviously on the way back, those ships are going to be bringing both fuel and construction materials. So I'll need to adapt these trains somehow to also carry fuel, which is going to be a bit of a pain because they'll need a tanker on there. So maybe more thought is required on that front, but certainly construction materials can also be stuck in these box wagons. So that should lead to a really easy upgrade for each train, so that I'm not only dropping off commercial goods, I'm also dropping off industrial, which will lead to yet further growth. And that's the secret to everything, is getting the growth sorted. Another 2.5 million. See, printing money. All jolly good stuff. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for now. There is plenty more to do, and I think the next thing I want to accomplish is getting the airlines working properly, because I touched on them very briefly. They made money very briefly, then I shut them all back down when they stopped making money. And in order to do that, I think it has the best chance if I hook up San Bernardino to actually have something going on, get some liveliness going in San Bernardino. And by doing that, it should drive interest in both directions, so that we get loads of passengers. There we go. We've got a train coming in. This is a good. I'm wrapping up the episode. There's a train coming in, so I think I'll probably look at developing goods or completing my passenger route. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. So you'll just have to tune in to find out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today. Chuck a like at this one if you enjoyed it. And, you know, what's not to enjoy? Subscribe if you've not already done so, and I'll be back very soon with something resembling an aeroplane, possibly. Cheerio!